Hey guys, so I'm sorry about this. The video is not going to have any visuals. It is going to be audio only. The reason is because I only have audio editor at my disposal right now. I don't have a good video editor at this time. And there was about 30 minutes of just waiting for installation, so I had to cut that out. And as a result, this is what the result is going to be. So either way, this should be helpful to you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy.
Check, stop recording.
Alright, what is up, everybody? It is me, Tower Killer, back with another video. And today I am here with.
Hello guys, it's me.
Yep.
Your favorite human.
Yep, that's Tech Masters, and he is going to be doing the second part of this video.
Also known as also known as Hamid Productions, because that's what it's gonna be changed to.
Alright, yeah, good to know. Today we are going to be making a video on how to set up and basics of Ubuntu in VMware. So basically, what is going to happen here is that I'm going to show you guys how to set this up, which is not a difficult process at all. And then Hamid is going to be remoting my computer and showing you guys some basic functions, and he's going to be talking, and he's going to be showing some things, that you should install, and some things that you should do, and some basic commands. And yeah, so let's get started.
So before we get started, actually, I want to say some things. The reason we're gonna remote is because you will see how much difficult the setup is when you go through it. Now, it's not that difficult, but my computer is running kind of low on space right now, so that's why I can't install.
So he doesn't have his own virtual machine right now.
Yeah. So it will go fine. We'll do this fine. But what I'm gonna say is basically the the Arch machine with accessibility is more recommended. I'll say that one. But other than that, everything good. Go ahead, continue on.
Alright.
Folder view list, VMware workstation, pro checkbox, check 12.
So,
VMware workstation, text pane.
Before we go on, actually, sorry for the interruptions one more time.
Right.
I'm gonna have to explain a critical thing, because if you have this disabled, then you will not be able to turn on a VM at all. So it's something called virtualization. I don't know what's called exactly, but it's called a virtualization thing. So if you get an error while running a VM or playing a VM,
that's why
then you would have to go to see some eyeballs, which by that I mean the sighted person, and then they have to enable the virtualization for you from the boot menu from there. Now both of ours are enabled by default, because I swear to God, if I haven't because I told the computer, the person who brought the computer for me, I was like, if you don't have virtualization enabled, then excuse me, sir, I'm giving you this back. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a critical thing you should know. Sorry for the interruptions. Continue on.
So the way you check, actually, that's a good point. The way you check is you type in Windows R, and you type in msinfo32, and then you press end, and then you go up, and it will be like the 40th thing, and it's going to say
Hyper-V virtualization enabled in firmware. Value, yes, 40 of 41. Rate 50, rate 45.
So yeah, Hyper-V virtualization enabled in firmware. If that says no, then you're going to have to go look at some other tutorial on how to turn on BIOS virtualization, because we can't. So yeah,
Windows.
With that being said,
Ubuntu type row 1
well,
type 2 Ubuntu.
It depends on so it depends on how your options are made up, your boot options, because yes, you can reorder them boot options. You can enable virtualization just fine, like if someone described the options for you.
Yeah, but if
But
you're sighted,
other than that,
you can do this. If
other
you're,
other than sorry, other than that, if your options are shuffled, then good luck.
yeah. So let's get started. So the way you do this is first you go to the description and you press on the download link to an Ubuntu ISO. That will be in the description. So
Hey, hey,
first,
in 2020, hey, in 2021, we called click, not press. Okay, anyway, I'm done.
uh, so yeah, just click the link and it'll start automatically downloading the Ubuntu ISO for use. And so when you're done, go to your downloads folder, copy your Ubuntu ISO and move it to your documents folder. You don't have to do it, but it's more convenient that way. It's better that way. That's what I do. So if you do that,
Well,
then
not documents, not documents. It's basically okay. Sorry for the interruptions. I keep interrupting. I'm sorry, but it's not the document. It's basically whatever location you're comfortable from.
yeah,
Like
whatever is like
because
more convenient for
you
you.
it's like basically you're attaching a CD file type thing.
Yeah, so put it somewhere where you can easily reach it, and it's preferably not your downloads folder because you probably have other important things in there. So
Power up. Preview. Left.
what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to set this
Hashtag no
up.
context.
Property page Ubuntu 64-bit author. Edit version.
So I'm going to make a new Ubuntu specifically for YouTube. So what you do is you go to VMware and you press Control N.
New virtual machine wizard dialog. Dialog welcome custom. Advanced typical. Recommended. Request.
Now you guys won't
Help
get
next greater
this.
than button. Help unavailable. Help button. Dialog. I will combo installer disk image. I will install the upper.
This time you want to press
Installer disk image file. ISO.
Installer Disk
Radio button.
Image
Rest.
ISO.
Combo browse. Button alt
And
plus
then you
R.
want to press Browse.
Browse for ISO. A underscore one gun.
And
Stream.
then you want to go
Windows 11.
to
Windows 10. Ubuntu. New virtual
Ubuntu
machine.
20.4.
What's this? Help button. Dialog install
And
from.
then
Browse. What's this?
VMware makes things easy for you,
Browse.
and it
What's this?
says,
Dialog install from. Ubuntu 64-bit 20.04.3 detected. This operating system will use easy install. What's this?
and that's good. So that means you don't even have to do anything
Help button less than
complicated.
next greater than button alt
So
plus
then
N.
you go next,
Unavailable. Help button. Dialog.
and then
Username.
it
Full
asks
name.
you to
Username. Full name.
personalize your Linux. So full name, I'm going to type in my first name, because you don't actually have to put your full name.
For now.
And
Username.
then we're going to put a username, and the username is going to be YouTube.
YouTube. Password.
And
Username.
You don't have to put YouTube for yours. You make yours whatever username you want, and you also
Password.
make your password whatever you want. So I'm going to make my password.
Confirm. Edit protect alt plus C
My
blank.
username Goblin Copper 67.
Help button.
So, and then it's going to ask you to
Less than
confirm the
next grade.
password, and all you do is press
Unavailable.
next.
Help button. Dialog. Virtual machine name. Edit alt plus V.
And then here is the place to name it. So I'm going to make this.
Okay, let me talk about something real quick.
Okay.
If it was
Oh.
now Windows can do this too, because for some reason VMware detects Windows as well. It's not just Linux, because if you do this with Windows, basically if you hit next though, on the second screen it's gonna ask you for the product key. So that's what's different with Windows.
Yeah,
Continue.
Windows asks you for the product key. Ubuntu does not, because Ubuntu is free.
Location. Edit alt plus L selected C.
Which is
So-
one of the reasons I like the damn thing.
Virtual Ubuntu for video. Ubuntu for video unselected.
So
Ubuntu BU.
that's
Ubuntu for
my
video.
virtual machine
IDEO.
name. You guys can name yours
Load
whatever
browse.
you
But less
want.
than next greater than
And
button
then
alt.
we press next.
Unavailable. Text. Property page for virtual machines. Hard disk is stored as one or more files. Split maximum disk
Come on, I
size.
thought you were gonna
GB.
make. I thought you were gonna make it Goblin Copper 69.
19.0. 20.0. 21.0. 20.0. Split
Okay,
virtual disk into
so you guys can customize this however you want. You can make it as much memory.
Give it out. Okay, for this, give it at least 25 gigs.
Store virtual disk as a single file radio button check. Max
Yeah,
cancel
at
button.
least
Property
25.
21, 20,
So
20,
I'm
24,
going to do
25.0.
that.
Store virtual disk as a single
25.
file radio button.
Okay, now,
Split
now let me no. Now let me talk to you about this one. See, this is something that Fernando's doing wrong, because you have to actually press store virtual disk file as a single file, because that if you want to share the VMDK, then you'll share it easily. You can just share the VMDK, and there you go. Because if you do it
and I always
splitly,
split the
it's
disk,
going to. Yeah,
which I probably
so
shouldn't be doing.
use the store one. Use the store one. That's good for you.
Store
And
virtual disk as a single file radio button checked alt pressed. Help button less than
Now,
next greater than button. Unavailable button dialog. The virtual machine will be created with the following settings. List. Name. Ubuntu for Videos 1 of 9. Location. C
name
backslash
Goblin Copper 69.
Version. Workstation data free operating system. Ubuntu 64-bit for list item 5 of 9. Hard disk. 25 GB 6 memory. 4090 network adapter. NAT 8 of 9.
Okay, that's good.
Other devices. 2 CPU cores. CD/DVD. USB controller. Printer. Sound card 9 of 9.
Okay,
Custom power on less than back dialog. Power custom power on this virtual machine after creation. Checkbox check.
Virtual machine after creation. Unless you want to customize it more,
I would
then
uncheck
don't.
that.
Not checked.
Yeah, I would uncheck that for now.
Less than finish button. Unavailable
We're
text.
going to tell you how to actually power it on.
Ubuntu 64-bit VMware workstation. Property page Ubuntu 60. Edit virtual power on this. Ubuntu for videos. VMware Ubuntu edit virtual machine settings. Power on this virtual machine button.
All right. So now,
Basically, this is the way to power it on. So now we can power it on. So if you press enter here, you're going to
It'll
power it
power
on. Now
on.
it's going to ask you for some. It's going to ask you for some SATA device type print thing. So
just
on.
press yes.
Just ignore that. No, ignore that.
Actually, okay. So for you guys, it's gonna say play this virtual machine or play virtual machine or whatever because you don't have Pro, but it works the same
Edit
way.
power on.
Just press it.
Pane.
All right. Now it's starting up. It'll probably take a minute.
Now in virtual accessible things, you would hear like a startup sound. But in this particular system, however, you won't hear it. So yeah, like you guys saw in the previous tutorial, that Chromebook had sometimes. Also, yeah.
Chromebook had issues before, but they can be fixed with a restart for Chromebook. But
Yeah, I've seen that. Also, yeah. Also, did you ever get to the Google thing? Just curious, or did it give you a connection error?
No, I got it. I just had to switch the network adapter to NAT, and it worked.
Yeah.
Easy.
Temporary screen
for some
screen
reason,
curtain disabled.
I kept getting SSID.
Recognizing result. Ubuntu checking disks. Checking disks. 82% complete.
So it's gonna be doing that. So it's gonna take like maybe a minute or two to launch.
Now, if you have less than let's see, what's the minimum gigabytes? If you have less than like 13 gigabytes or 16, then that's not gonna work for you because here's the thing. Linux requires only 16. Well, hold on. How big was the thing?
We made it 25.
No, how big was the ISO?
2 gigabytes. 2.7.
So then you need at least 16 gigabytes to install Linux disk. You at least need 16 gigabytes to install the Linux disk.
Yeah.
If you have like 12 or 10, then it's gonna fail.
It's not gonna work for you.
And because here's the thing, if you guys use it on your main machine and then your main machine is less than 12 gigabytes, then that's gonna fail and you're gonna be stuck on a logon screen until you get some space.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, speaking
Recognizing
of,
Ubuntu OCT 24 it. Ubuntu 64-bit. OCT 24 it. Pane.
So, when that's done. The way to enable screen reader, if you're blind, is Windows Alt S, and it should work. But also, sometimes it gives me like a startup. So let me make sure it has a sound card. Better. Oh, there it is.
Virtual machine settings dialog. Property. Ubuntu for
Screen
Windows.
reader on. Install frame. Toggle button collapsed. 24 push button braid. Left control. 20%. Speech disabled.
That command was insert S. If you guys are interested in that, we're gonna be changing that key soon. But right now, it's just installing the Linux. So all you have to do is wait for it to bring you to the login screen.
Screen reader on.
Yay!
Window. Fernando push button. 24 push button braid.
There we go, finally.
Okay, so we're in, basically.
Alright,
We just have
guys.
to press enter.
Alright, guys, we're done.
Return. Black circle. Choose session menu. The password.
So don't mess with choose session. You type in the password of your user account, and if you forgot it, oh well, you're gonna have to do it again.
Black circle. Black circle.
Alright. So that's how you do it. Now it's going to launch into Ubuntu, and it's actually gonna launch this time and not,
Now,
install.
Screen reader
I'll be
on.
showing you how to install the recommended stuff, which is basically
Frame.
only
Next
wine
push
and
button.
Windows.
24 push button. Frame. Next push button.
And actually, before we do that, I'm going to show you guys some basic
Tab.
things on the screen reader if
Left
you don't
alt.
mind.
Window.
So
Window. Activities to left
the way you do
control.
this is to change screen reader settings, press insert space.
Prep.
And it may lag a little. Probably not, though. And to go to the desktop, the command is Control Alt Tab.
Ops 26.0.2. Skype row 1. Ops 20. Ubuntu for videos. VMware work. Ops 26.0.2. 60. Stop.
Okay.
Ubuntu for video. Ops 6. Skype. Ubuntu for video. Ubuntu.
Alright.
Windows
Control
push
Alt
button.
Tab. You go to Windows.
Screen reader preferences dialog.
And that's
Left
screen reader
control.
preferences. So, turning off this annoyance.
Voice page tab. Speech page. Braille page tab. Key echo page tab. Tab. Enable key echo checkbox checked. Space. Not checked. Key echo.
Yes,
And
Braille page tab. Left control.
Settings.
And then
Speech
one more
page.
thing you might
Voice
want to
page
do
tab. General page tab.
is
Keyboard layout
keyboard
panel.
layout, change
Laptop.
that to
Left
laptop,
control. Space.
because that will make it so that way
Return. Tab. The keyboard layout
your
left
modifier
control.
key for your screen reader is cap
Left
lock and not
general page
insert.
tab. OK push button. Return. Screen reader settings reloaded.
And there you go.
Frame. Next push button.
Now he can take over.
Notificate window. Top window. Activities.
Actually, I don't think I need to take over. It's basically nothing in particular. You can do this. So,
Okay.
what I want you to do is, now I'm going to talk about this. So, the only thing I would recommend you to install is, if you have Linux, install Wine. Basically, what do you want to install? What do you want in specifically? I'm talking about you. So like
Okay.
recommended stuff.
So I recommend.
And I'll tell you how to install it.
Okay, so I recommend Wine first off.
Welcome to Ubuntu menu.
So show them how to install Wine.
So the
So
way
then
you do it,
go to the Windows bar, or press the super user key, and then type in TER and then press enter.
actually, there's a faster way to open terminal. Just press Control Alt T.
Terminal menu. YouTube @ Ubuntu. Tilde frame.
All right. So some basic commands for yourself are apt, and apt is going to be very important because that's how you install, uninstall, update, upgrade. Yeah, so apt. So the way you do this is, if you want to install Wine, for example, now Wine is like a thing that will allow you to run Windows programs, and it's apt, so apt, install.
Oh no, don't forget the sudo.
L.
Okay. So sudo is, it'll bring you, some things need elevated permissions to do this, or to like install or to modify stuff. So you want to type in sudo su, and it'll say
Sudo password for YouTube.
Password for your user, and you type it in.
Root @ Ubuntu
And it
/
takes you to your root, and that's where you could do a bunch of more things, more advanced stuff.
Root @ Ubuntu
if you're in root, you don't have to type in sudo for commands that need sudo anymore. So Now type in apt install
Double.
wine.
Reading package lists 0%. Done. Building dependency tree 0%. Building dependency tree reading state information done. Mesa VD drivers colon i386 Mesa Vulcan drivers colon i386 Ocolike Libopenkel 1 colon i386 Pulse audio.
So it's probably just gonna be
Window.
like
Root at sign
asking
Ubuntu.
if you want to
/home
continue.
/YouTube push button. Root at sign Ubuntu. /home /YouTube frame. Do you want to continue?
Yes. Why?
0% working. Connecting to 91.18 get colon 1 work. 18
So it's
1
going to
get
be
colon
doing
1% 1,400. 2
It's going
2%
to install it, and
get
that's how
colon
it's
sig
basically going to work
1,200 for 3%. 10 lib 6 colon
for
i300 speech disabled.
the majority of things that you have to install. It's going to find the package if it can find it.
So then, what if you're gonna? So then, if you're so run a game, if you're going to run a game, basically, like let's say you have a Linux and you don't have a Windows machine, you want to run a game that requires speech. So what you would do basically is type in apt install Winatrix. That will install the Windows Speech Package Manager for for you.
So apt install
as Mike and Mary and Sam.
Ooh, nice. So that would be apt install what now? What?
Winatrix. WINETRICKS.
Okay. TRICKS. I didn't even know this. So
Speech enabled. Get colon 70 https dot 18 for headers. Get colon 72 https dot archive.ubuntu.com / ubuntu. Get colon.
And this is basically
speech
how it works
disabled.
for everything you want to install. So
I'm gonna
yeah.
go eat. So you install Winatrix and then try to run. Use wget to install Perilous Marathon and then.
Okay. So yeah, that's wine.
Alright, I'm gonna go eat.
Alright, good. So that's how you install wine. And that's basically how the installing system works. There's other things you probably install. There's other commands that you should know. So while it's installing one, I'm going to tell you sudo apt update will update packages. Sudo apt upgrade will upgrade your packages on your system. And sudo apt full upgrade will upgrade your entire system. And that is going to be useful later in another Linux tutorial that I'm going to be doing. So just keep that in mind, sudo apt full upgrade. And yeah, there you go. It's installing wine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check
enabled.
on it.
473 KB / 796 KB 59% 96 or get colon 130 get colon what speech disabled.
Now wine takes a little bit, it takes like maybe 2 minutes. Packages usually take about 20 to 30 seconds depending on how big they are, but some can be like absolutely massive. So that's that. And make sure you have enough space to even do this stuff. Yeah.
Speech enabled. 551 KB / 1772 KB 31% 654. Connecting to mando.canonical.com.
Alright, so I'll let this
8119 B speech disabled.
Now you guys basically know the basics of Linux and the basics of the terminal. Apt. Some other commands you might want to know is chmod. But that's that's more of advanced type situation.
Document. Stop sharing button. Stop sharing.
So
Ubuntu for video.
basically what that does is it changes the mode to make something an executable file. It's not something you're going to need right now. It probably will be needed in the future, but that's a more advanced type of situation. There's also wget link. So wget is a thing that lets you install things through a link. So let's say that you have a let's say you have something that you need to install through a link. Okay. So you would type in wget and then the link afterwards. And you should be good. You would get it, and then you would just have to do some other installation processes after you got the link, because it's basically getting the archive. So that's some basic things you should know, and some VMware type stuff is Control-Shift-V is going to be very useful. So let's say that you want to copy a really long text to your terminal without having to fully type it out yourself. So the way you would do it is you would go to your notepad.
Run dialog, type Linux. Untitled, notepad, text editor, edit multi-line lang.
And you would type in whatever it is. So let's say it's like ASDF. You're never going to do that in real terminal, but you know, let's use that as an example.
Select.
Control-C.
Ubuntu for Ubuntu.
And then you go to your terminal and you press Control-Shift-V. Now I'm not going to do that because it's in the middle of...
Speech enabled. Working.
It's in the middle of
Get
installing.
:100. Get :100. Get speech disabled.
I'm not going to do that, but basically the thing is Control-Shift-V, and it'll work on basically any text field that you would like to do that on. You can also just tab to the Ubuntu virtual machine and then press Control-V, but Control-Shift-V is a little bit easier. So, yeah, that's this video. And if you enjoyed this video and if you found it helpful, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Kalahami Productions or Tech Masters for now. Link in the description. There will be a link, as always, to download VMware and the Ubuntu ISO. And yeah, that is the video. So I will see you guys
26, top 6, audio mixer window. Off volume, proper, mute, volume, proper, sort, check, settings, delete, start streaming, stop recording, check, start streaming, stop recording.
Bye.